What's up, guys? Boatgoon here, bringing another episode of Lords Mobile. Guys, I am quite upset. I recorded a lot for KvK, but I was on a trip this weekend, and when I got home, I went to upload the files, and I found out that I guess that since I really pushed the limits of the memory on my tablet, the files corrupted. And, yeah. So I don't have any footage for KvK. And I didn't bother to save reports either because, I thought that I had them on video. So, as you can see, I took a huge drop in might. A lot of stuff happened. So I guess that I'll just tell you. At the start of KvK, there were invaders that showed up. We had no plans to take a fort in this kingdom, like at all. However, CTL has been particularly friendly lately. Their leader's really respectful. I've gotten to know her a bit. And so, due to their kindness towards us, I feel a little more inclined to, help in KvK with CTL. So, I went ahead and, when KvK started, there was a group of invaders that showed up, and I went ahead and, the invaders went and took the fort that CTL typically has. And so we went in and we took the fort from the invaders because they started hitting CTL as well. I mean, obviously it's KvK, nothing personal. We weren't seeing them as just like, oh, look, they're being jerks and they're trying to bully CTL. They weren't actually that big. Their guild was about the same size as ours. They had one tier 4 holder reinforcing the fort, and then a bunch of tier 3 people in it. They were really, right alongside us in terms of power, and the other tier 4 holder in our guild was not on at the time, so it was really evened out. In any case, they recalled from the fort when we sent our rally in, and we took the fort. And I went to bed sometime after that, and so it was relieved from me and handed over to someone else in the guild. And I'd like to just go ahead and apologize right now because I'm extremely tired. I have not slept much this weekend, so it's going to be really difficult for me to think of what I want to say because all of this is always improvised. But in any case, sometime after I went to bed, the CN Alliance's best, COI, showed up for no reason. And I guess that they don't understand the concept of KvK. I don't know if it's the fact that all of them are just too racist to care or what, but they saw FNN holding a fort and they were just like, oh, look, FNN's holding a fort. They're an English guild. They're holding a fort. It's KvK. They're still our enemies, so let's attack them. So they attacked the fort. And I'm not sure of details as to why we didn't recall. I think that we just wanted to deal damage to COI back since they were arrogant enough to hit people that are supposed to be allies during KvK. So we didn't recall from the fort. We took the hit. We definitely took more damage, but we hurt them too. But in any case, they took the fort for no dang reason. So the rest of KvK was a little downhill. We suffered a good deal of losses. We got a decent amount of points. I think we ended up around 83 million. which is not bad for a guild our size. But COI hitting us for no reason really did set us back. And also, Pentakill, the best of the best in COI, posted on our board and bragged about it too. Like it's some sort of an accomplishment that he hit somebody that he's supposed to call an ally during a time like this. And I mailed him and I was like, dude, hey, you realize that we were actually helping the CN Alliance. Did you ever come to think about that? Or maybe even bother to ask of what we plan to do with the fort or anything like that? Because, full disclosure, we were going to hand the fort over to CTL when they got on. Most of them were offline at the time because it was still kind of early over in China. So, a lot of them were shielded, and not really any of them were on. None of them were capable of going and taking that fort back, and none of them were capable of defending their hive against those invaders. So we did it. We helped the CN Alliance, because they're allies during KvK. But COI doesn't care, because they have no honor. They don't care about the kingdom, I guess. They just don't care. So long as they pad their kills and get to brag about hitting empty castles and doing stupid stuff like that, I guess that they are going to continue to think that they're superior. But moving on, as to why my castle dropped in might, well, before that, I went to Kingdom 16, and I paid EXR a visit, because I distinctly remember their leader calling me weak quite a while back. And honestly, it was a bit of a personal vendetta, due to the fact that as we were migrating out, he dropped alliance with us and zeroed one of my guys. And it was my biggest player in the guild at the time. He wasn't the biggest participant, however, he could have very well been. Because at the time that I migrated over, you'll remember I was around 40 million might. At that time, that guy was already 75 million might. Granted, though, a lot of that was troop might, but he typically stayed shielded for long periods of time. And he was working on his research, but when he got zeroed, before he had the chance to migrate out, he quit the game over it. And I thought that was highly unnecessary. So, during KvK, I went to the EXR Hive. I took a handful of their heroes, and I left. A couple of them mailed me quite politely and asked for the heroes to be released, so I went ahead and put like a minimum bounty on the heroes, all 4 of them, to let them be released when they got online, so that they actually shelter them, because heaven forbid if the heroes got taken from someone that was a little bit less lenient than me. But in any case, because I had those heroes, I didn't want anybody to come in and just one-hit me and take them down without any problem. So I went ahead and had a few troops out. I had enough that all my infirmaries could hold them, but I had my heroes sheltered, and I asked to be reinforced. However, again, this was all before the events with COI, so when I went to bed, I had a decent amount of reinforcements in. When I woke up, things were very different. A lot of people had to recall their reinforcements from me, and then a group of people came in. I think it was like 5 or 6 of them ported next to me and rallied me. I think that I still have that report. So I will look through all of that. And that hurt. I didn't even really deal damage. And they took a lot of gold. Somebody gave me gold while I was asleep instead of just giving it to the bank. And that's disappointing. But in any case, yeah. We took a lot right there. Whew. And then they hit me several more times, and I'm not sure why. Kind of makes me wonder if there was like some sort of personal thing going on. I haven't actually looked up UAU. Should actually do that. Dark Zone from Kingdom 17. I don't know. Probably not anything personal. They probably just saw me unshielded and were like, yeah, let's take him down. Well, let's just do that right now. And so they did. And they got me. That's all I have to say about that. No insults or anything. I should have just went ahead and sheltered all the troops. But in any case, they're healing. They got 2 more days. I'm not rushing it. There's no hurry. I'm using this time to rush other things. A few more troops. A little bit of research. Getting my training speeds up more. But in any case, I had already completed my solo event before I went to bed, just from the time that I held the fort. And I feel like there was something else. Was there something else? Was it this? No. Oh, I did save some of the reports. Our old friend Flipstyle showed up and about 20 people in our guild sent 1 troop attacks to him. This? No. I feel like there was one more thing. That's what it is. An A2Z player ported in next to me and hit me, and that's where I got a decent amount of points from. Okay. I was beyond confused. Yeah, I'm actually kind of happy about this, because, I mean, my hero was in the fort, because I led the rally for it. So, given that, my losses were not too bad. Oreo McFlurry only sent tier 3 and without a hero, obviously. But that's an over billion might player. That's a pretty strong player. So, losses were about even on both sides. I mean, obviously, I only had wounded instead of dead, but it was an interesting hit. They hit me once and it teleported me away. I lost a few resources. I didn't expect a billion might player to port next to me, but that's KvK. Guys, that is KvK. Always expect somebody 10 times your size to show up and whack you out of nowhere. Because it might just happen. But in any case, that is what I've got in terms of KvK. Oh. And I apologize again. That footage would have been very nice to have and use, but next time I'll get it. next time, I will make sure there's plenty of room on my tablet to record it all so that nothing gets corrupted. And hopefully I won't be away on a trip at the time. But in any case, I hope you guys have a good Guild Fest. I'll definitely be posting videos of our progress on it. I'm hoping that my guild does pretty well this time on it, because there's some decent prizes. Also, my Blight Ring's going to blue, so that's pretty snazzy. That's going to be pretty nice. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So until the next video, guys.